How do you find the median when the number of observations is even? In this video, we will guide you on how to overcome this problem. The steps to find the median. 1. Arrange your data in ascending or descending order. You should notice that you only need to choose one of these, so you can either decide to arrange your data in ascending order or in descending order. Secondly, find the two data values in the middle or in the center positions. In the case where the total number of data values is even, you will have two data values in the middle positions. So you have to identify which values these are. Thirdly, find the average of the two data values by adding them up and then dividing them by 2. This is simply how we find the average or the arithmetic average or the mean of the two data values. Fourthly, the trick here is to find to make sure that your value or your final answer is one significant figure more than that of your data values. So the fourth step is to round off your answer to the nearest significant figure, one significant figure more than that of your data value. You will see these and understand better as we go forward. Suppose this is your data in row form, so you see that the data is disarranged with the bars indicating or trying to illustrate the magnitude of or the quantity of the data. So first step, you have raw data which is not arranged. Secondly, we arrange the data in ascending order as seen in this illustration. Fourthly, we identify the data values seated at the center or at the middle positions. Once we identify the two values, then we find the quantity of the two data values and find the average or the mean of the two. We do this by adding the two quantities and then dividing them by 2. The fourth step is to make sure that we round off the final value to one significant figure more than that of our raw data. Let us look at an example. In example 1, find the median of the following dataset. In this dataset, we have the following values. We have 1, 8, 6, 4, 6, 3, 8, 2, 3, 5. The first step is to arrange the data in ascending order, as seen in this step 1. The second step is to identify the middle values or the data values seated at the center or at the middle. Those values in our case are 4 and 5. They are the 5th and the 6th values in our data set of 10 data values. For the third step is to find the average of the two by adding them up and then dividing by 2. We see in our case that we have 4.5. You will notice that 4.5 has one significant figure more than our raw data, which had only one significant figure. So our median now in our fourth step is 4.5, which has two significant figures, just one more than that of our raw data, which individual data values had just one data value. Let us look at a second example. Let us assume that the following data set was collected from students whose heights were measured in centimeters and recorded. This is a sample of 6 students. The values on this dataset are 186.5 centimeters, 178.3 centimeters, 190.7 centimeters, 188.5 centimeters, 194.6 centimeters, and 176.8 centimeters. The first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. You could choose to arrange them in ascending order or descending order, whichever you prefer. The second step is to identify the data value seated at the middle, that is 186.5 centimeters and 188.5 centimeters. The third step is to find the average of the two values seated at the center by adding the quantities of the two data values, that is 186.5 plus 188.4, and dividing them by 2. And we find that the solution is 187.45 centimeters. Our median then is 175 and is 187.45 centimeters. And you notice that this number or this value has one significant figure more than the raw dataset. This is why we need to make sure that we have one significant figure more than that of our raw dataset. Suppose our final value was a value like 187.457 centimeters. We will round off 0.457 to 0.46 centimeters in order to attain or to satisfy the rule that we need to just have one more significant figure than our raw dataset. That is all. I hope this video was